What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Just realized I've never really truly introduced myself, but I'm Josh. The channel is all things Josh, and I am Josh, so it's all things me. Welcome back. So I am quite excited because we had a new update, new DLC blocks. I'm gonna be honest, I'm more excited for the DLC blocks because the base game stuff, all this signal related stuff, is a little high tech for me. But I think it'd be a great opportunity to figure it out for sure. But I still haven't even gotten. I'm bad at the AI blocks still, so I don't think diving into the signal relays and all that jazz is gonna be the smartest move. Anyways, so yes, the decorative blocks are exciting because there's column blocks, which let me see if I can even find for you. There it is. I don't know why that wasn't everything else is alphabetical except for this one. Anyways, these inset walls and these corridor blocks make for really nice 1 block tall walk areas, which, as you might have remembered from last episode, I was kind of concerned about this area because I really don't like 1 block tall areas, but I believe I can make it look nice while still being only a block tall. Oh yeah, and we also got some cool truss blocks. These guys, which I think will look great added to our crane as decoration. In fact, we'll probably do that instead of these conveyor curved pipes. So let me play around with the crane first here, and then I will take you on a tour of it. Okay, so maybe something like that. Kind of a first attempt. Just looks like a bunch of spider legs, really. I did add that one up front. We'll keep workshopping that. The truss blocks seem like something with unlimited potential until you start placing them. You're like, it's kind of hard to make this look good on a first try, but I'm sure as time progresses, we'll get better and better at it. So I realized as I was placing blocks around it just to kind of lay out an area where I could not place, because obviously we gotta get this side airtight. But I'm trying to decide. I think I want there to be a back, like a 3rd floor up here with maybe like a better view of the area. Obviously it's kind of hard to see because the sun's in a weird spot right now, but as soon as might be able to sleep now. But yeah, let's build up the area. I don't want to just like make it flat and have the whole top be dominated by this crane because it's a waste of space. And then yeah, I will be right back. Let me make it day. All right, sun is up, and that looks a lot better, or at least looks seeable. Oh, as I'm looking at this, maybe we could, yeah, I could say maybe we could make it like a U-shaped building, or U-shaped 3rd floor kind of surrounding the crane with like windows and stuff, even though I said no windows because this is an industrial ship, but clearly some windows work, especially this. I'm kind of in love with how this turned out. It's like observation screen, very cool. Anyways, so yeah, let's at least fill in the blocks. At least up to here, and then we'll work out the back part, start placing blocks, figure out what we want to have be there, and then we can either delete these blocks as they come up or figure it out from there. But yeah, something I also need to figure out before I place too many blocks is these are all separated. The back here is conveyed up directly, but there's no line running to the front area. Did I have a plan on piping these up, or did I just say, oh, I'm sure it'll work out? Well, I guess connecting it to here and then from here to there makes sense. So let's see if we can't figure that out now. Also got to make sure to cover up these cargo containers so that we keep them airtight. I have no idea if these blocks are airtight or not, but normal cargo containers aren't, so I'm going to assume the same applies here. I'm trying to remember if these refineries have connectors on the bottom. I don't think so. Seems like a really weird flaw. Yeah, no connector on the bottom of here, unfortunately. They're all connected at the top, which is connected to the crane. I guess for the back, I could just run some tubes. Maybe even in parallel. That'd be kind of cool. And we'll also use our air vent blocks here, because at some point we are going to need lots of vents to keep this place pressurized. Okay. So this whole... Oh. Why are these thrusters on? Oh, yeah. I got an Oh, I do have a large hydrogen tank. That's right. Okay. Yeah, we got... got ice and hydrogen, so these are going to turn on. I guess these tanks will start filling up too. In a normal world where I don't have unlimited ice, I would turn them off just to preserve hydrogen, but you don't need to. Plus, it's a great way now to see what's connected, which, as I said before, there's a disconnect between the front and the back. That's interesting. The bottom thrusters are active here, but these ones aren't. Oh, but these are. So I think there's just a missing conveyor. Ah, it's probably that one. There we go. Or not. Yep, that's as connected as it should be. Oh, there we go. Okay. All thrusters are activated. That being said, we definitely need some more on the bottom. As other people mentioned, and as well as what I had noticed while editing this last episode, we're going to want a lot of extra oomph on the bottom here to keep this puppy in the air. Okay, our thrusters should be welding up as... Oh, yep, there they go. Perfect timing. Okay, so I'm thinking part of our... Even though it's kind of technically pointless, part of the aesthetic has been these catwalks. So I want to carry the catwalks to the underbelly here and have that sort of be like a maintenance area. I guess that's what I was trying to say when I said pointless. It's maintenance area, so you can walk around the thrusters, which you don't need to do in Space Engineers because blocks don't require maintenance. I just gotta figure out how we want to do this, because I also want to build like custom landing gear, probably just large things on the side with magnetic plates to push down or something. I don't know, still thinking about it, but I'll let you know. Okay, so I added this little conveyor section. It's totally gratuitous. This is already hooked up, doesn't need to be connected here, but it does add a place to attach catwalk, which is what we want. So yeah, that's the update. Let's continue on. Boom. Okay, the catwalk circuit is complete. I'm thinking, you know, stairs up to the main floor. I don't know if I want to go through the bottom of the ship or maybe have a section that comes out from underneath and then has stairs up to the second floor. I think I might do that just to, A, that simplifies things with catwalks or with airlocks, and B, I think that'd look kind of cool. So let's test it out here a bit. And of course we'll use the corner light method so that we can kind of have stairs technically not attached to anything. It's just an absolute pain trying to stick it on there. Just immediately outside of the catwalk, or outside the airlock. Man, I'm amazed how I'm mixing those up today. We could come down here and find the ring. I'm thinking at each thruster junction we'll expand it. I'm just kind of getting like catwalks maybe going around the outside too, just to give it more variety. But I'm just trying to kind of get like a basic layout done. Then I'm thinking we'll use scaffolding blocks to kind of make it look like it's not just hanging out like so. Make it a little more attached. Or maybe even the truss blocks. Who knows? Let me duplicate this on the other side real quick. Okay, cool. Now, let's scaffold it up and use our truss blocks as well. I've also been thinking, I think the Grindy McGrind face will leave with this station, and then we'll build our Mark II fresh, because I don't think there's any retrofitting this beast into a planet-faring device. But we will have to start from scratch because these drills are too big to place in survival. Gotta place it and then build the ship off of it, if you remember from the episode where we built it. So, speaking of, I need to take that out and get some gold so we can finish our last hyperdrive here, or jump drive. But anyways, back to down here. Let's make this scaffolding look all pretty and nice. What do we think about that? And then actually, yeah, let me... Hold on. Not done yet. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's see how it feels kind of walking by it. Or walking even down to it. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely built uglier. Okay, yeah, I'm keeping that. We'll throw it on the other side, too. Okay, duplicated. I think that's pretty good. So let's now get more of the catwalk layout like I was describing. Okay, let's try this on for size. Got a little slightly wider section here, so you can actually, you know, quote unquote, do repairs. I should actually, hold on. Let me turn this into one with a railing on that side just to keep it consistent. Okay. Ooh, in fact, I could even put a cargo container here. Yeah, each junction could have a cargo container. Let's do that. Okay, cool. Now there's cargo access. All right, so as I was doing the grand tour, so we come around. It's just basically, yeah, a circle around, which lets us access there. And that's kind of how it looks from the outside. So I think, yeah, we just kind of do our truss rod maneuver on these now. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. Seems pretty nice. Nice and stable. It's just takes a long time to place those blocks and the scaffolding blocks because they're in the air, you know. So it's gonna take probably 20-30 minutes to replicate this on all four sides. So I'm gonna just put my head down, knock it out, so that we can move on to something else. Front-facing thrusters will be a problem. Not really looking to get toasted. So we'll amend the design. I guess just to end it, right? Like that. Oh, and then we could have it come around this side too. Boom. Okay. Oh wait, now I gotta add the truss rods. Hold on. Okay. That marks all four corners. I don't really love the design at the moment, but also it's not too bad. Anyways, I need to take a break from the bottom because I am tired. Tired of working that stuff. So let's go back into here. Let's work on this front part. So I think we're going to need to use more of the new blocks, the new hallway blocks I was talking about earlier. Or the corridor, that's what they are. Where's my corridor plus block though? That's the real question. Okay, so a little something like this. I might add catwalk on the floor still, just to kind of make it so I'm not walking on just raw jump drive, but this is kind of the idea I was going for. This does stick out here, or it becomes the wall of the ship, so I've decided now that I'm gonna make it a little wider at the top here. That'll give us a little more thickness out on our ship, as well as some additional armor. In fact, this is gonna be full block, just to be a little more slightly armored. I apologize if these episodes are kind of all over the place. It's a very cerebral task we're doing, designing a ship. So, you know, there's only so much I can talk you through. Mostly it's just, let me try this. Oh, that doesn't look good. Or let me try this. Oh, that looks great. Let's keep it, you know? It's no like, I wonder how we should do this. I mean, there's a little bit of that, but it's a one-sided conversation to say the least, because you guys aren't here to actually give your input. Which, speaking of, I think when we hit 750 subscribers, we'll probably do kind of a live stream to celebrate. It's not a huge number, but it matters to, you know, to me, and I'm happy that we'd make it that high. I think we're pretty close. We're in the about half of 600, if I remember correctly. And that will be, yeah, fun, because I haven't done a live stream in couple months, and it'll be fun to get to interact with you guys again directly, because it has been a minute. Alrighty, well, I've got the 2 sides done here, so I was gonna let me show you, take you on a quick tour. So basically, you can go up any of these staircases, and any up these, and you enter the shaft of the side of the ship. So you can walk along here. This leads you out to our viewing bay, where you can see whatever ship is docked up here. Also views from here. And this side also leads to the same, it's basically the same thing, but leads to this back room, which I need to decide what I need to want to do with this back room, because clearly we could choose to fill it up with more modules for our H2 generators, but then that doesn't leave much room for, you know, any activities here. I'm thinking I still need to decide what I want to put in these side holds. I'm not quite sure yet. It's either got to be an airtight block because of the cargo containers, or something small enough that we can block off. Oh, actually, I have to block it all off anyways. That's right, because the thrusters and stuff, this whole area can't be airtight unless there's a wall here. I wonder if these blocks are airtight. I hope so, because I'm going to put them here actually. Okay, well, this was kind of an interesting move I made. I was trying to use these pillar blocks, which are pretty minor when it comes to having a pillar. But anyways, kind of a cool design a little bit. It's interesting because there's technically a railing that no one will ever hold because it's in the air. Anyways, what we could do, because I wanted to make this back part an elevated section, what we could do is kind of immediately have stairs going up and then have the whole floor elevated so that we could put more modules. Of course, that would invalidate these vents, though actually if we leave these spots open, air should be able to come up through the catwalk. What are we out of? Interior plates again? We are cruising through interior plates these days. Okay, we're doing it, which means we can put modules underneath. So let's do that first before I cover it all up. Okay, and then for our 2 modules here, we'll just do a cross those, and then back to this. Okay, what do we think? So we got this elevated catwalk above the modules, and right here, yes, yep, let's flip these around so we can actually see it. Okay, and now we have our vents down there, which should, in theory, be able to push air into that open space and then up into the catwalk, and through the catwalk into the room. If that works, that'll be so cool. Fingers crossed that it does. Okay, I kind of laid out our 3rd floor design here a bit. As you can see, it's a U shape around the crane. Now just to see how we can integrate it successfully into the design. This might be difficult, but we will give it a whirl. Okay, this is it with the walls kind of built up. Still kind of flat on the sides, but we can continue workshopping that, or I'm thinking this is going to be our weapons area. Because obviously the rest of this is not very weapons oriented at the moment, so it'll be kind of our Uber command deck. I now feel like this should be like the main cockpit area, and then I don't know what to become of this. Is this the backup one? But it's got a big sheet of glass, and it's all it's protecting it, so I don't know if that makes sense, but maybe we'll figure it out. But yeah, I do want this to be kind of a command bridge level. I just put blocks here, but I'm thinking windows. I know. I can't not put windows, man. It's just so exciting to be able to see the ship from inside the ship. Oh no. my control key. It just broke. Ha! Like the inner casing, the plastic is snapped. Thankfully, I got 2 control buttons. I don't even know how I pushed it to have caused that, but okay. We'll blame it on MSI being cheap garbage sometimes. Let's put the modded windows here. Modded. The bay windows need to be, oh, how interesting. Or maybe not. Not too sure. Ooh. Well, we could connect the catwalk. That'd be kind of cool. This is just the episode of me doing, oh, that looks cool, and then I do it. And I'm like, ah, cool. None of it's very practical. This is all like gratuitous stuff, but I like doing it, so I guess it's fine. But there's still quite a few things to figure out on this ship, and I'm doing an excellent job at not figuring any of it out. But no catwalk on this side. This side will put the windows. Before I get much farther along, we also still need a med bay. I imagine we'll probably do well, let's see what makes sense. Something they can be put on there. Probably okay, because we probably want it kind of closer to the middle of the ship anyway. Yeah, honestly, what could be more perfect than that? Ah. We're going to angle these out. I don't know why we didn't do that in the first place. Oh, I think I was initially planning to have something connect to it, but we decided to go up and over anyway, so. Okay, can we heal all the things? We can. Sweet. I definitely need to do a lighting run at some point, but at the moment, it's all okay. Okay. It is quite ugly, but it's also a little more beefy, but it's ugly. Anyways. Kind of curious if this is just pressurizable now. I highly doubt it, but let's find out. Let's make sure all of our airlocks are closed. Ah, well, some of them aren't even built. That's probably why. Okay. All doors closed, and we're still not pressurizable, which is okay at the moment. It's probably, oh yes, it's probably this back section. Oh yeah, this whole thing is still, I kind of just want to see if we can make it pressurizable here. Ah, we're pressurizable. Good to know. We still just need to figure out what we're going to put in this little cubby. At one point I thought, oh, we'll put a refinery in here for stone, but due to the nature of this cargo container being here, which is not pressurizable, I don't think a refinery, which is also not pressurizable, sitting on it will do us good. I really like that connector there. I think that's really cool. You just kind of come out and be right on the crane. Oh, man. Apparently I accidentally stopped recording. Hopefully that's wasn't at too long ago, which is actually coincidental, because I think I'm going to stop recording here in a bit, just because I know this episode's going to have a lot to cut out with the whole catwalk under bottom here and, you know, other stuff. But what I wanted to do is actually find a convenient port and just convey the ship up to the station, you know, the station system, because I think we're going to want to start filling up those tanks in there, because there's 6 large hydrogen tanks, which is probably the most I've ever had on a ship that I've built. So let me just quickly convey this guy up, and then we'll probably call it a night. At least I will. Alright, we're conveyed up. Let's go inside real quick. I want to see. I don't expect these to just like instantly fill, but they should be pretty darn fast with all these H2 generators. I need a control panel to access it. Hold on, here we are. This charged through ice pretty darn good. Yeah, look at that. They're already 5% full. I can't imagine they would be, but are these? Nope. Oh, Fully recharged, fully depleted, they bounce between. I assume that's probably the power management acting funny, but both reactors good to go. Hydrogen tanks are filling. The ship is coming right along. Okay. Well, cool. That's where I'm going to call it a night here. And I will talk to you guys when I talk to you. For you, just a second. But for me, a nice, decent time. And boom, we're back. Told you it'd only take a second. This thing needs some major help in the shaping department, honestly. What could we put on? Oh yeah, we're gonna put guns on here for sure. Maybe like a final floor up here that's just the window. Like a conning tower? Is that a thing? I think that's a thing. On like battleships and stuff. Okay, what do we think about that? I use some slope blocks that are not quite as sloped and uniform, and some scaffolding with a beacon and antenna. I don't know how I feel about the smoke. I might turn off the smoke and just have the exhaust there for the aesthetic, but it looks pretty good. Got some scaffolding on the sides here with ladders. I don't expect to be going up those ever, because there's A, nothing really up here, and B, no way to get to this floor to begin with, but figured it just added some scaffolding, which kept with the industrial look. So I think if we kind of keep to that theme, and I think Snake, what blocks are they? These guys. Oh, these guys here with like the reinforced grid around it. I think if we just like have external conveyors kind of snaking around this, it'll add enough depth to make it look not as crappy. So I'm going to give that a whirl here, and then I will return to go over with you. Looking at things, I think just the normal, or the tubes probably look better, honestly. So we'll give that a whirl, I think. The reinforced looks good from the angle that you want to be looking at them from, but if they're, you know, not at that angle, it just looks like a block with a different texture on it, which is not ideal. I wonder if they make like a slightly less reinforced mod that just has like the grid on all sides. I think that would look pretty sweet, not gonna lie. Kind of digging that look. And up top here would be a great place for some turrets of some sort. Thinking, I guess artillery. Again, this ship isn't supposed to be too heavily armored. It's just supposed to be able to defend itself a little bit. I think 2 artilleries up high like that should be good. Rest of the turrets will all be Gatling pretty much, just to shoot down any missiles that come our way while we're escaping. Okay, what do we think about that? It's very pipey. The pipes dip inside and then poke out the sides. I'll show you on the inside at some point here. I just want to focus on the outside at the moment. I'm thinking Gatling turrets on these ports. Obviously, they're pretty exposed, so if they take any shots, they'll be in trouble. But I'm hoping the shield that we will put on this guy will be sufficient enough to get to tank any fire we need, or any fire that we do receive, and the turrets can shoot at any rockets on their way as we're powering up the jump drives to escape. Not a very glamorous solution, but I choose life when I'm building a ship as big as this one. I think I'll throw some more scaffolding in here somehow around these. Some angles. I think that looks pretty good. Scaffolding corners are simultaneously too much and not enough, if that makes sense. Like, they look pretty good, but they also feel like I need like one more bar across the middle or something. It's not like this is like the walkable one either, but yeah. I just would like just one more like diagonal bar across to make it really scaffolding-ish, but you know, you use what you have, so that's what we're doing. I'm gonna replicate this on the other side, and then I will get back with you guys. Okay, I ended up doubling down. We now have 4 artillery turrets up top and many Gatling guns. We got the 4 there. We got 2 up front. We got 2 on the back here, which I think is honestly an amazing position for them. I mean, they got full range of everything behind them. Another 4 on this side and 2 on the front. And then I also added 2 little secret guys down here. I'm hoping they don't try and shoot across the catwalk, because anyone walking by at that time will be very dead. But yeah, honestly, the pipes were a good move. It didn't totally fix the blocky look, but I think it added enough dimension to it to keep it looking fresh. I think this could use a little shaping still, but honestly, I think we're getting pretty close to finished here. I'm thinking, well, one thing we still need to get done here is landing gear, which I'm thinking I want to attach on these corners here and have them be on pistons to descend. Not actual landing gear, where we use magnetic pads or whatever those blocks are that lets you attach to stuff. And then we can just, as we get close to planets, we can just, when we want to land, we'll just drop them down and land with them. So let me kind of workshop that real quick, and I'll be right back once again. Okay, what do we think about that? Kind of big, but it seems effective. So we'll go with that. Let me replicate that on, yeah, I like that. It's kind of like a claw holding it. I think this goes out pretty far, but that's fine. Better to be too high than too low. Yes, let me replicate that on all 4 corners and then take a look. And voila! We have legs on our monstrosity. It's pretty bad. This thing is a very ugly beast. But honestly, if it works, you know? And I have a strong feeling this guy is gonna work. Well, speaking of, I forgot that we hooked it up last time. Let's see how the tanks are coming along. Oh, I had to cover up the tanks, that's right. Wow. Are they all covered up? I think we could reveal at least one of them. But yeah, looks like the tanks are full, which is splendid. Guess it makes sense. It's been chugging along this entire recording session, which has been a long time. Well, okay, I think that's good for this episode. I think it is pretty much done. Whatever it's called. Oh, wait, back here. Hold on. Don't click off the video yet. We still got some things to decide back here. Ah, more turrets. Oh, unless we ran out of resources. Metal grids. I'll cook some more up, but yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about this behemoth. And I think I like the smoke billowing out. So I think we'll leave it like that. I think next episode we'll make our Grindy McGrindface Mark II, one that's equipped for going into onto planets. And then after that, I think we're ready to go. I'm not too sure how much power gen we're gonna need. Looks like one of our reactors is already out of uranium, but I think we'll probably need some more. A few more reactors would do this baby good. Then after that, we can just move all the resources into the cargo containers from both the ship and the station. We'll dock. In fact, let's actually move this guy to the station. All right, welcome back. This is the final run through of the ship. It's looking pretty good so far. We are in need of a name still, so definitely put your best suggestions down below. As well as any other suggestions on how we can improve. I think we do a lot of cool things with this guy, but also I think there's still some changes and optimizations that we need to do. In fact, looking at it right now, those seem like some pretty exposed cargo containers, so we should probably throw some heavy armor panels on the back. The fronts are pretty covered by thrusters, but again, I guess it's not a warship. Ignore the turrets. It's not a warship. We got our kind of crane here that I love. I love the design of this guy, how it came out, especially our, walkway up here. and then our seat to control it. Kind of cool and fun, as well as our walkway across here into the ship. Speaking of, I think I told you I was going to show you the pipes on the inside. Nothing too exciting, just, yeah, it dips in and then spreads out there. I think our next episode, well, I hate to keep making every episode building the ship, but obviously we are still in desperate need of some interior design on this floor, as well as a way up to our floor we added this episode, or this recording session. But I think everything else is coming together about how I'd like it to. Oh, will we pressurized? Cool. No, I don't. It still says none and freezing, so I don't know why those are spraying. Yeah, this section's open, which is absolutely not pressurized. So, not too sure what those vents are doing, but probably just a glitch. Up here could use a little bit of work, but honestly, it's supposed to be just kind of simple and to the point, so I'm all good with it. Let's see if we can't put any uranium in here. There we go. Now we got both next-gen reactors whirling. And as a reminder, they do 540 megawatts of power, which I think should be sufficient, since that's just a ton of power. And obviously we've got these huge amount of batteries and these next-gen batteries, so I don't know. Obviously we won't know how things work until we take her out of dry dock and for a spin, but honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about things so far. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in for this episode. Hopefully it's not too long. I think I've now recorded a total of 3.5 hours, but I think that's gonna be a lot of it cut out, and yeah, hopefully it's enjoyable to watch. Again, comments down below about what you like, what you want to see, any name suggestions, any critiques, of course, and I'll see you in the next episode.